A Channel 2 investigation uncovers millions of dollars in public money supposed to go towards driver's education. Money is gone. Now, the new state law requiring all 16-year-olds in Georgia to take driver's ed before they can get a license never may get out of first gear. Channel 2's Lori Geary has more on the controversy that has frustrated parents, teens, and supporters of the so-called Joshua's Law.
If Georgia honestly believes every student needed to have driver's education before they got a license at 16, why would they offer online courses? An online course is not driver's ed.
Connie Brown is the frustrated parent of a 15-year-old who's learning to drive. Now that the so-called Joshua's Law is in effect, her teen must take driver's ed before she can get a license at 16.
I don't feel like changing the law in Georgia before putting the class back in high schools is what should have been done.
It makes a lot of common sense that that's where the 15-year-olds are.
State Senator Preston Smith says he's just as frustrated with the law he sponsored. Joshua's Law added a 5% surcharge on all traffic fines almost 2 years ago.
Those $11.3 million have not actually been spent on driver's education.
Why?
Well, the commission has not requested the amount that was collected by the fines and fees.
We are making available an online system and a teen parent guide that does meet the mandate of the law.
Bob Dallas is vice chairman of the Georgia Driver's Ed Commission. He defends what they've done by pointing to the $2.7 million already spent. More than $500,000 went towards marketing items like pamphlets and posters. Another $97,000 on administrator positions and $30,000 on a survey of every high school in Georgia that told the commission.
I think generally they would like to have driver's ed.
Dallas says he's proud of the online driver's ed course that 16-year-olds can take to fulfill the requirements of the law.
The ability to go online, take a full 30-hour class, and trust me, it's not an easy class.
It's, a lame test.
Brown says she watched her daughter spend 2 of the 30 hours of the test on organ donation.
Now, I'm not saying that's not important. She's 16. Do you really think that whether or not she donates her organs if she gets killed has any bearing on her ability to drive? Of course not.
Certainly, when we envision a program, we envision students using simulators or vehicles on the road and learning.
Unfortunately, there's no study that I'm aware of in the United States that says simulators, if we do this, will produce a safer kid.
I wonder if he flies on airplanes, because those pilots are trained on simulators.
But Dallas says providing driver's ed to every 16-year-old would cost a lot more than $11 million.
Take, for example, DeKalb County, who provides driver's ed. Their average cost for a student is $750. That right there would suggest $75 million per year as a recurring charge.
I do not believe it costs $700 to train a child in driver's education. I do not believe that Bob Dallas believes that either.
But it may be too late. Senator Smith says the other $8 million has already been spent in the state's general fund.
So it is not sitting in a bank account somewhere waiting to be spent. If it was raised in the last fiscal year and it was not appropriated, that money is gone.
That money will go into a general slush fund somewhere, and there won't be a student in Georgia that sees the advantage of that. I think the law could be a good thing. I think that Georgia, shut the barn door after we let the cow out.
Lori Geary, Channel 2 Action News.
And it looks as if the barn door could be shut for good. Senator Preston Smith dropped a bombshell in his interview with Lori. He says they are considering repealing Joshua's Law and not requiring 16-year-olds to go through driver's education.
The message that I'm getting is you guys aren't interested in driver's ed.
Well, let me. That's not the message we mean to be sending, if that's what you're hearing.
Tomorrow at 5, Senator Smith tries to get answers from the chairman of the Driver's Education Commission. And we'll have reaction from Alan Brown. The law is named after his 17-year-old son, Joshua, who died in a violent crash.